the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And coming up on the news at noon, the man accused of crashing a U-Haul truck in Lafayette Square expected in federal court today. What we know so far and when you can expect that hearing to begin. And later, closing in on the debt ceiling deadline, where lawmakers stand as the country prepares for a potential default.
Well, however you want to call it out there, splendid, beautiful, all of those apply. It's still extremely quiet as we head on through this Wednesday, but a cold front is approaching from the north. Could it bring some rain showers tonight? We'll have a check of that forecast in just a bit.
Thank you, Damon. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. Happening today, the man accused of running a U-Haul truck into a barrier near the White House expected to appear in federal court. It's set to start at 1:15 this afternoon. We've been following this story since it first broke. Our Randy Bass has the latest on the serious charges the suspect is facing.
We now know Sai Varshith Kanjula, a 19-year-old from Chesterfield, Missouri, is the person behind the wheel of that U-Haul. His case today expected to be transferred from D.C. court to federal court. This all comes amid shocking new details revealed in a Secret Service report from agents on the scene. They say he told them he was planning to kill the president and, in his own words, seize power and be put in charge of the nation. The president was at the White House as all this happened late Monday. No one was hurt, though. Some of the charges he was facing in D.C. court yesterday: assault with a dangerous weapon, reckless operation of a motor vehicle, and the big one, of course, threatening to kill, kidnap, or inflict harm on a president, vice president, or family member. D.C.'s Chris DuBois saw the crash and caught the whole thing on camera.
I thought maybe it was a drunk driver and just an accident or something crazy. This is where I go my run a lot of times at night, and I never even thought that a truck could have come out of nowhere like that.
As of yesterday, he also faced charges for trespassing and destruction of federal property. What's not clear at this hour, though, is if those same exact charges will transfer from D.C. court to the federal system, or if those charges may be changed or upgraded. Of course, we'll continue to follow this story and bring you updates as we get them. In the newsroom, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
Randy, thank you. Developing now, a Florida man is facing charges for bringing an automatic rifle to a Fairfax County preschool. Police say they seized this AK-47 after the man was found trespassing on school grounds. This happened at the Dolly Madison preschool in McLean, Virginia. Police say 32-year-old Eric Sandow was unarmed while he was on the school's campus, but after searching his vehicle, police say they found 2 firearms. Sandow also told police that he was making his way to the CIA. Meteorologist Damon Matson joined us now with the latest check on the forecast. Obviously, Damon, we have that big LIV tournament later this week. I mean, let's talk about today, though.
Oh, yeah. Mark, I got a question for you, though.
Go ahead.
Our floor manager, Leah, here said a new word. Have you ever heard of splendiferous? Ever before in your life?
At this very moment is the first time.
I didn't know it was a word. It could be used to describe today, though. Yes,
Okay.
to answer your question, things are looking pretty good out there as we roll ahead toward that LIV Golf Tournament. And hey, we do have a big weekend ahead of us here with Memorial Day weekend in play. Let's check it out this afternoon. Hey, another sunny day. We do have some high cloud cover mixed in out there at times, but again, the large majority of the DMV enjoying a good amount of sunshine. So this has been the play all the way through the week so far. Our weather pattern really has not switched up all that much. Now, we are going to continue to see more of the same the rest of today, with not much really happening across the DMV, but look to our north, folks. For the first time in several days, we have a front approaching the area. This cold front has some rainfall back behind it here across the Great Lakes to upstate New York there. And this rain is going to slowly drift south with this front as we go later in the day. And that's something we will be tracking. But aside from that, the main thing we continue to see is a good amount of haze. Yes, not much has changed there. It's still lingering about in the sky, though it has been spread out a little bit. So the good news is we are seeing a little bit more blue sky this afternoon as some of that haze dissipates away. So we will continue to have a beautiful dry afternoon ahead of us. Temperatures are starting to rebound a little bit ahead of that cold front. We will see a light southerly wind push us into the upper 70s and lower 80s before the day is said and done. But then that cold front does get here, and it certainly is going to bring a change in our temperatures. But who has the highest chance of seeing just a few showers? we'll have a full check of your forecast here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. And happening now, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser is launching the Downtown Action Plan. The mayor says that this action plan will build on the D.C. comeback plan to revitalize downtown and set up concert steps for the city to take. A $200,000 grant being awarded to the Downtown D.C. Business Improvement District, and monthly meetings will be held to allow the public to participate and provide updates on progress, and that will start on June 15th. Well, in the district, police say that carjackings are on the rise, and so far this year they say that car thefts are up 116%, and it's something that one Southeast D.C. neighbor knows firsthand. D.C. police say that a stolen car was involved in a crash outside of Arnaldo Jimenez's home near M Street and Branch on Sunday, and it was all captured on doorbell camera. Take a look at this video. It shows the moment that the stolen car ran into Jimenez's car. Jimenez says that it's the second time in 3 months that his car has been hit on his street. He also says that he's worried about his family's safety after a string of thefts and reckless driving in the neighborhood.
We came out one morning in February again to run errands, and my wife said somebody hit the car. They hit it overnight. We didn't hear anything. No one stopped or anything. I no longer feel safe. I no longer feel safe to have my children even running out here.
Well, police say they recovered the stolen car the next day in the Northeast. Meantime, Jimenez believes that his car may be totaled. The district officially has a new acting police chief. Today is Sean Benedict's first day on the job. Now, he's been serving as executive assistant chief for more than a year. DC News Now's Lex Suarez breaks down what people can expect from this transition.
Well, the interim chief says he wants the transition to be as seamless as possible for the city, while he's going to continue to focus on violent crime and bringing that down. Well, Mayor Bowser first announced that Benedict would be the interim chief last Friday. Previously in his career before working with the department, he worked with ATF, focusing on illegal guns. Former Chief Conti says that this experience will help get and keep guns off the streets. And Conti also emphasized how important that is, with over 80% of the city's homicides involving illegal guns. While Benedict has been managing day-to-day operations for the department for over a year now, he says he is not eyeing to be chief permanently.
I think it's important to bring some stability and consistency to department operations and not have that distraction at all. So my focus is on the city and quelling the violence in the city.
Well, in the meantime, Mayor Bowser is actively looking for a permanent chief to take over. That is a nationwide search, and she says she hopes to fill the position as soon as possible. She also says that she's not going to rush to make a decision. In Washington, I'm Lex Suarez, DC News Now.
Lex, thank you. Happening now, Virginia's Move Over law is set to expand this year. It's a priority at the state's transportation department after a tractor trailer hit a fire truck yesterday just south of Richmond. Officials say that the fire truck was pulling up to the scene of a crash along I-95 with its lights on. Police say that's when the driver of a car slammed on their brakes because they weren't paying attention. A tractor trailer tried to move out of the way, but it hit one of the fire truck's mirrors. VDOT says that they hope the new changes will help save lives.
We see a law, and sometimes it's not necessarily one that we're excited about to move down if we're in a hurry to go to work or whatever it is, but we really have to remember that someone's life could be at risk.
Yeah, the law currently requires drivers to move over or slow down on the highway for emergency or law enforcement vehicles. The new law will expand the requirement to move over for any car parked on this side of the road. Well, DC News Now is your local election headquarters, and Harpers Ferry, West Virginia is set to have an election in 3 weeks. One big issue, tourism. Many residents say that they love living in one of the most historic places in the country, but growing tourism has created some issues for traffic and driving and parking. There's also a new $150 million proposal for the Hilltop Hotel. The proposal could enhance the town even more, but some residents worry that they are unable to handle the tourists they already have.
Well, I do think that would be a good thing for the town in terms of bringing in tourists and money.
The property overlooks where the Shenandoah and Potomac rivers converge. Many residents see it as a good problem, and they're confident it will all work out.
There'll be a good balance between the management of the hotel and the running of the town.
Well, voters there say that they want to hear candidates discuss growth management. Election is scheduled for June 13th. Well, developing out, people living in Hagerstown will not have to deal with a property tax hike this year.
Everything is staying consistent with the market, and the home buyers are planning to buy their first home.
Well, the city partners with the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, which helps them offer fast-track ownership for first-time home buyers. And happening today, Montgomery County Executive Mark Elrich will sign the late-night business safety plan bill. It aims to improve safety across the county by asking businesses who are open past midnight to submit a safety plan. Elrich will be joined by Montgomery County Police Chief Marcus Jones, other council members, and local organizations. And we'll have more on this story coming up on DC News at 4.